Alright, YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Spider-Man Miles Morales here. And a few days ago, actually yesterday we got the official trailer for Jedi Fallen Order 2, aka Jedi Survivor. Um you could go check out my live reaction on my live stream because I did stream it. And this is just gonna be a breakdown of what I think is gonna happen and little speculation. So let's get into this. I'm gonna play the trailer first so you guys can see, and then we're gonna break it down. So here we go.
Tell me, Cal Kestis, why lead when they won't follow? Why fight when you can't win? What is your next move, Jedi?
Alright, so that was the trailer. So now we're gonna start the breakdown. So the first thing we get of first ever shot is a shot of all these stormtroopers just what seems to be marching down the hallway, preparing for what looks like to seem either a whole nother battle or a whole nother war. There's really not much to tell about this, just that they're marching. But then of course we do see in the next scene that it cuts to this weird life pod with the water, and you can see the hair on the top, like right, I mean top left, my bad. Again, not really much to tell here, just due to the fact that it's just somebody in a life pod, which I actually have speculation on which this might tie into the title. So okay, then this is where I can really start breaking it down. So we get this cool shot of the ship from Fallen Order, which it looks like it's been either shot down or they just crashed, because you could come here and see the sparks that the ship is like damaged and stuff. You also get the galaxy map right there. I like how they already had it popped up. So which makes me believe that whatever the scene is, this is going to be a scene in the game, because just like the first Jedi Fallen Order trailer, where they showed Triller jumping onto the Mantis and using the Force to like kind of like turn it, that did happen in the game. So whatever this scene is, it's gonna be in there. My speculation for this is probably this might be the beginning of Jedi Survivor, due to the fact that the first game started off with Cal already on the planet, us kind of just diving straight into the action, the controls, and then we get straight into the first fight with the second sister. So this might be another action sequence, but I think in this case, this action sequence might open up with Cal and all the Mantis crew flying in space, but being attacked by like Star Destroyers and TIE Fighters, and maybe we might even get to like, you know, actually like control a turret and shoot down TIE Fighters and stuff. So and then you kind of see that the Mantis kind of tipped over, and you can also see that wherever they crash landed, it seems to be on some type of deserty planet, and you could kind of see right here in the background, I think. Hold on. Okay, there we go. You could kind of see that there's like kind of like footsteps, so maybe Cal and the Mantis crew went out to like explore this place even more to find out what it is. But it also seems like this is a deserty planet, like Tatooine or Jakku, or I'm trying to think of another desert planet that there probably is that we haven't seen yet, but I could only think of Tatooine and Jakku. So maybe we might be landing on Tatooine or Jakku this time around, because I know in Battlefront 2 story mode, you literally land on Jakku at the end of the game, and we explored the Battle of Jakku, and that was set in the timeline of Return of the Jedi, after Return of the Jedi. So maybe they might be going that route, but this is also entering the 5 to 10 year skip of the Kenobi series, so we might even really have a crossover where Cal meets Kenobi in game form, or in this case, live action video game form, you know. So, also, go check out Kenobi. 2 episodes dropped yesterday. In my opinion, greatest show so far, just from 2 episodes. But nah, so you can also kind of see like they're kind of like little mushrooms around you, like, so whatever this planet is, this may be a different complete you know, planet from what we've seen in the films and the games. So and then we get this shot of the stormtroopers and whatever I think that's a new droid, actually. This droid walking into what seems to be a like a office, and you got I forgot what they're called, but that is the same race from Utapau. Remember they appeared on Utapau in Revenge of the Sith. Now, my speculation, because they're saying this is set in the close to the like the Kenobi timeline and stuff, close to Rebels, I do believe that this is the Grand Inquisitor, maybe, or maybe even like another Grand Inquisitor, because I don't think there is just one Grand Inquisitor. I think there can be more than just one Grand Inquisitor, because if you watch Kenobi, which I'm not going to spoil, but then when you watch Rebels, which I will say, when you watch Rebels, you see that the Grand Inquisitor is there hunting down Kanan and Ezra, but in Kenobi, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the second episode from Kenobi, so spoiler warning, but if you watch the second episode of Kenobi, you know that the third sister seems like she killed the Grand Inquisitor. So, but then you know that's probably not, probably never died, because he appears in Rebels, and we don't even know what happened to the third sister. So I can't even really say if the Grand Inquisitor is dead or not. Like I said, this might be the Grand Inquisitor, or this might be one of those alien races from Utapau that actually serves the Empire and was force sensitive and turn to dark side. And you'll understand what I say. You'll understand why I say that in a minute. And then we get this cool shot of this person in the life pod, and through this whole trailer, it really just screens off like shooting from the Empire to life pod to Cal's Mantis ship crew, etc. But it has a lot to do with this life pod too, and I'm gonna get into what I think, what this who this person is, and why this might tie into the title. Okay, and then we get this cool shot. I know it's a little blurry, but we get this cool shot, and I'm happy to see my boy Cal back because, bro, I love Cal and I love BD8. I mean not BD8. BD1. I'm sorry, I was thinking of BB8, but I love BD1. Just those two alone together is this. It's like Luke and R2D2 together. So, but we get this cool shot of Cal with his lightsaber, which seems, if you look closely at,
But they won't follow. Why fight?
it does seem that this looks like our first encounter of the boss battle, maybe. Just because I feel like we're gonna encounter our first boss in the beginning of the game. So this might be our first encounter. You can also see that there's like turrets up there that Cal is deflecting their blasters from. And then you get this cool shot of this hooded guy, this guy in this hood, just in the fog and the smoke, just watching as Cal deflects the blasters right back at the turrets, which I think is really cool. Also, he's got his blue lightsaber still, so I'm actually wondering, are they going to do something similar to like something similar to Zooniverse, where it's like, even though that's not a great comparison, but what's a good comparison actually? Infamous 2. I wonder if they're gonna do something similar to Infamous 2, where it's like your original save file, like all the crystals and stuff, is going to be implemented and crossed over to the second game. Because I know a lot of people are gonna ask, like, can we change our crystals? Are we gonna have all the abilities that we had from the first game crossed over to the second game? How is this gonna work? So I want to say they might do that or something. But also, another thing I do want in this is, just like how Ahsoka has dual-wielded lightsabers where she could hold like 2 of them, I want Cal to have something similar to that. Like, I just want dual lightsabers because, like, bruh, imagine being Cal wielding 2 lightsabers at the same time. And who knows, maybe we might even get 2 lightsabers in this. Cal might, like, have to get a new lightsaber in this, from what it looks like, because it does look like that his lightsaber gets lost again, so he might even have to get a new one. But then you get this cool shot right here where whoever this guy is activates his red crimson blade, Cal getting in his Jedi stance, getting ready to fight. I can't wait to see this in the full game when it comes out, or heck, even gameplay of this next year, or maybe even this year if they decide to give us a little more gameplay early. But I highly doubt it because we just got the announcer trailer. So I'll say next year we're gonna get gameplay, or maybe even we might even get gameplay maybe at the end of this year. At the end of this year at the Game Awards, maybe. Just maybe. I'm not gonna say we will, but maybe we will. But I really like the shot, the fog, Cal, the way the blue is penning off of Cal, the way the red is penning off of the guy in the hood. Like, it just looks amazing. Part of me wants to say that this might be Vader again, but then part of me knows that Vader never has really wore a cloak over his armor. He's always let himself be shown. But then again, this could be Vader because this scene does give off a lot of like Rogue One vibes when Vader was in that hallway and activated his lightsaber. This does give a lot of that vibes to me. So, and the last time we saw Vader, he was pushing back the water when Cal and them escaped. So I'm gonna say this. I feel like this might be Vader in the actual game, but they're just putting a hood over this person to make it seem like it's somebody different. Like, I want to say we're gonna fight Vader again. I really do, because I don't think it was just gonna be that one time that we're gonna fight Vader and then Vader loses because Cera's there to save Cal. Maybe we might fight Vader again, maybe like close to the end of the game. Maybe Vader might pop out again. Maybe this is someone completely different, but I'm still pointing towards that this is probably Vader just making it someone else, trying to like summon out to be somebody else so they don't spoil anything. But I could be wrong. But this also could be the guy that was talking in the office too, so we really don't know. But just the speculation or having ideas is fun, so... But continue on the breakdown. Okay, so we then get this shot with Cal and whoever this guy is fighting, and Cal is giving this man his arm, but of course you see like closer to the scene that Cal gets knocked back. But whoever this guy is, he does look like he's gonna be a problem for Cal, just because when you right here, it seems that this guy has hit Cal in the arm, or maybe even like stun him, because Cal falls to the ground right after that. So maybe this is someone that's really, 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 really OP, strong in the dark side of the Force. There's a reason I keep saying this. I think it might be Vader, just because but yeah, we get this cool shot. And also, I don't know if y'all know this, but Cal does look a little different, almost like if he's got new clothes, or if those are just his original clothes. But I think Cal might get new clothes in this, just because at the end of the first game he did become a Jedi Knight, so he might have some Jedi Knight clothes vibes going on. But again, whoever this guy is, but oh wait, actually, okay, actually no, I take that back. This actually is the guy that is talking in the trailer, because if you look closely right there, you can see his nails and stuff. So this is definitely the guy that is talking throughout the trailer that raced from Utapau. So this is definitely him fighting Cal. So that's actually interesting, because I remember Revenge of the Sith, they were held hostage, so maybe that theory of one of them actually being like Force sensitive and turning to the dark side to serve the Empire is true. We're gonna find out, but I'm sticking to that theory because this is actually him from when you could see his fingernails. Like, in fact, I'm gonna prove that this is the same guy. Right here. So right here you kind of see that he has those ugly like menacing fingers, but also notice that the cloak that the person that was fighting Cal had is the same cloak that this guy has. And then if we go back to where Cal was fighting him, you see. I'm trying to pause it at the right time. I really do like the detail on that lightsaber though. And then also to his lightsaber looks to be somewhat of a silver hilt. So really, but darn, I'm trying to at the right frame rate. I'm trying to get at the right frame rate for y'all. Or the right shot. Okay, there it is. Okay, there it is. That's as easy as I can get it. But you see his fingers, because he's not wearing any gloves. And you see his fingers there, and then you also see the little, like, that same sleeve from that other shot. So this confirms my theory from early on in the video of one of those races, or one of those guys from that race, becoming force sensitive, or being force sensitive, serving the Empire, and probably being like the second in command after the Grand Inquisitor, or maybe even before the Grand Inquisitor, because that is the same, that's his same hand, that is his hand. So look how Cal falls, but then look how it's just like, you know, crouching back. Like, whoever this guy is giving a run for Cal's money, bro. He's giving Cal a run for his money. You know, so I want to take a quick look at that lightsaber, because that lightsaber looking hecka clean, my boy. But yeah, this is definitely the same guy, because you see the sleeve, the same nail that you saw on the shot, which I believe was his thumb, which is right there. So this is definitely who Cal is fighting. This is definitely who Cal is fighting. Now, also, going back to why I say I think Cal might have to get a new lightsaber is because of the shot right here.
What is your next move?
So, first off, this dude looks terrifying. Black eyes. This definitely is not the Grand Inquisitor, because Grand Inquisitor has yellow eyes. And this is definitely a Utapau alien. This is definitely a Utapau alien. So, but he looks terrifying as hell, I'm not even gonna lie. And I think this might be his hood. Like, maybe he might have a hood on over this thing that he's wearing, this cloak that he's wearing. But it's just the black eyes with no pimples that are just creeping me out. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling scared. Okay, so I see why Cal was backing up. Like, dog, you gave me a run for my money, and you got all. Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna have to dip out. Okay, I'm gonna have to dip out. Like, but we all know Cal about to dip out, hit the gym, come back strong, possibly with a new lightsaber, and be like, hey yo, remember when you gave me a run for my money? Now I'm about to give you a run for your money, okay? Like, let me stop. But nah, dude looks terrifying. I don't know if he has a name yet. We'll find out maybe next year if he has a name. And why he's after Cal. But this is the reason I say Cal might have to make a new lightsaber, or get materials even to make a new lightsaber, because of this. So you see that he opens the box, and this is the same guy that's talking about kind of like what is your next move. So you see that he opens the box and he has Cal's lightsaber. So with Cal not having his lightsaber anymore, how is he going to fight, you know, the stormtroopers, and you know, pretty much how is Cal going to fight without his lightsaber? And I think we might even get a part in the game because Cal does not have his lightsaber anymore. Maybe we might simply have to just use the Force throughout, like, partly through the game, due to the fact that we don't have our lightsaber anymore. Because all of the stuff that they're showing is what they did with the first game, where it showed like this stuff, and all that stuff was in the actual game. Like those cuts, those cinematic trailers were actually what happened in the game. Trailer jumping on the Mantis ship, Cal reaching out using the Force to save his friend, the Inquisitors pulling up, showing up and stuff, and him being on the hunt and on the run. Even that scene where you know, Trailer like jumps onto the mast, like that was in there. So this all the stuff that we're seeing is gonna obviously be in the main game, just with different stuff. But going back to this, the fact that Cal does not have his lightsaber anymore, it seems to me that we might actually just have to, like, partly through the game use the Force and actually try to survive, because without our weapon, what are we gonna do? It's like Obi-Wan said, your lightsaber is your life. And he's not lying. Without your lightsaber, you really are pretty much doomed. Especially if you're going up against like stormtroopers that have like 3 to 4, 5, 6, or 10 different stormtroopers shooting at you. Like, you are not deflecting none of that unless you have your lightsaber. Now, maybe there's gonna be, because Cal can, you know, use the same power that Kylo and Maul has, where he could freeze something in the air. So maybe that power has increased to where maybe he can freeze like all things at once with the Force. So maybe that can actually wind up being helpful and stuff. But for this scene, my speculation is either A, we're gonna have to go back to what's, I think this might be Utapau. I think we might be going visiting Utapau. I think we will. So we might either have to A, go back on Utapau and try to get our lightsaber that is rightfully ours back, or B, we're probably going to have to find different materials and stuff to build a new lightsaber from scratch. And this is going to be our new trusty lightsaber, because this lightsaber that he has now in the box was Cal's master's lightsaber. But Cal never really built his own original new lightsaber. Like, yeah, you could argue that, like, Cal used the, you know, the lightsaber crystal to bring the lightsaber back to life. But then I'm also like, yeah, they let us customize it. But I wouldn't also necessarily say that was his original lightsaber, because if you don't like customize it and stuff, it's really like Cal's master's lightsaber. So I'm pointing towards Cal might actually have to build like his own original lightsaber, like his own original lightsaber out of different pieces. And if we're going through different planets, maybe there might be where we can find new pieces to lightsabers, like we did with the first game, but only these pieces are actually going to be part of the story where we have to build Cal's new lightsaber. So, but I'm very interested to see how is Cal going to get out of this situation without his lightsaber. So,
Jedi.
okay, so we get this shot again in the life tube, or the survivor tube, with the I mean, not the not the Survivor tube, but the Survivor pod, and you see the camera panning down the tube. You get this shot of a hand, and I don't know if that's nail polish. I can't really tell. Is that nail polish or blood? I can't really tell if that's nail polish or blood. But there's really nothing to say here, which is this shot right here of the new character and kind of looking at them. Now, this is what I'm saved for the last bit of this video. Now, obviously we know the title is Jedi Survivor. Just like with Jedi Fallen Order, you get the idea that this has something to do with the Fallen Jedi Order, which was correct. And that whole story was really trying to like rebuild the Order and bring back, you know, the Jedi. But at the end of the game, spoiler alert if you haven't played it, but again, the game's been out since 2019, so but a spoiler alert warning. But at the end of the game, Cal cuts up the holocron, and it's like, okay, well, where do we go from here? So, with the title being Jedi Survivor, and most of the shots showing the pod, this character in a pod, in the life pod, I believe that this title is going to sum into this character that we see on screen right now, that Cal's looking at. That this is going to be the Jedi Survivor. Because just like with any Star Wars movie, like Revenge of the Sith, for example. Revenge of the Sith was a title, but nobody knew what it was. But then when you really pay attention to the movie, you realize that Revenge of the Sith, the title Revenge of the Sith, stands for the revenge of really Palpatine and all of the Sith Lords that came before him, because the Sith have won and the Jedi had fallen, like they finally failed and stuff. So with Jedi Survivor, I feel like people are gonna think that Cal is the survivor because it makes sense because he survived Order 66, yada yada. But nah, I think it stands for more. I think it stands for more than that, because whoever this person is in the tube obviously has been here for almost years. And I'm gonna shout out to Cal and BD. You get the idea that this person, whoever this person is, has been here for years after the purge. So this may be a stretch, but this character in this pod might be the last, like, another surviving Jedi that survived Order 66, but that was put in a pod. Or even this might be a Jedi from like the old Republic days that maybe was set in this pod. Because also, if you look very closely, you kind of get the idea that the only way to open this pod is through the Force, because you see these little rocks floating in the air and stuff. So whatever this place is, whoever this person is, they have been in this pod for almost years to come, and Cal is now finding them. So I do believe that this is the Jedi Survivor. That this guy in the pod is, or woman in the pod, whoever this character is the Jedi Survivor. And they are the surviving Jedi that we've been looking for through this whole game, maybe. Or even, Jedi Survivor might even stand for, due to the fact that Cal survived, Seer survived, this person in the pod survived. So this might be focused on 3 different Jedi surviving characters, because I know for a fact we're going to see Seer and the Mantis crew again. and stuff. So I'm just like, I can't wait for this. But also, it does seem that this is some kind of agent Jedi, maybe like place, or maybe even like some type of like old laboratory, because you see like these old like vines and stuff around these wires. But I want to say this might be a temple again, but then I'm not sure because you got these little metal pieces on the ground. But then again, the temple we went to for the first time did have type metal pieces, so maybe this might be another giant temple where we come across this character, but we don't know. So, but going back real quick because look at my boy Cal and BD1. Okay, they are looking clean. Clean, I tell you. Listen, I'm gonna say it. If Cal don't get his Jedi robes or Jedi top outfit in this game, bruh, y'all disrespecting him, brother. Okay, y'all disrespecting Cal. But nah, BD1 looks clean. Cal looks clean. It's just, bruh, I cannot wait for this because 2023 we got Spider-Man coming. We got Jedi Fallen Order 2 coming. I don't know what else we got coming in 2023, but what else is coming, we probably gonna go straight giving them more money, so anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this trailer breakdown video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit the subscribe button if you're new. Turn on the notification bell so you get notified when I upload a stream. And leave your comments down below on what you think is gonna happen in Jedi Survivor. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace. It's gonna be crazy.